Hey everybody, it's Angie Green, day 5. I can't believe this is the last day, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I'm personally ready to let the group go. I mean, it's been so helpful for me just in terms of, trying to help you. I don't know if I've been a help, but also, really figuring out what I want to talk about and breaking down the topics and doing a little bit of research. And although time consuming, it has been helpful for me. And I hope it's been helpful for you. But there's one last aspect that we need to talk about, and that is support. So I want you to look back earlier in your life or as you were growing up or any past challenges that you've been through. And I want you to think about what you've had in terms of support. Maybe you didn't have it. It's not a good background. You don't really want to see my calendar, do you? So, we know that having support in this process is so important. And it's really one of the most important things, because not only just support from your partner, but also support from your friends or, other people in your life. And to me, I have found the most support in the people that are going through a similar journey as I was. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to pay it forward to try and help you as well. Because had I not found a source of support, I would not have gotten through that process up to this point. And it would probably be a lot easier for me to walk away from this whole thing if I didn't have support. I guess because when you surround yourself with other people who are going through the same thing or something similar that you are, and you see some success or you see the light at the end of the tunnel for some of these other women, that to me is very hopeful. And so I've always been excited and really positive about other women who have gone through this and have gotten pregnant and have had healthy babies. I've never looked at that as like, that's not fair. I always look at it like, oh my gosh, every person that I talk to that is getting ready to go in for a procedure or a transfer or getting ready for their beta test, I truly do think and pray so much, because I want it so badly for that person, because I want them to be happy and I want them to have success, but also continues to give our community hope. And so that's why it's really important that you find a good source of support while you're going through this process. So I want to just talk to you a little bit about 3 ways that you can find support while going through the process. Because, here's the deal. If you're really looking for support while going through this, you have to go out and seek it. I didn't have a bunch of support coming in from me. I mean, I had my close circle of friends who, of course, were trying to be supportive, but let's face it, people that don't go through this process really just don't understand what it's like. They don't understand the emotional and the physical piece. And so for me, I knew that if I really wanted to find support, I had to go out and look for it. And think about, when you were younger growing up, if you were on an athletic team, was your coach supportive? Did you have a babysitter, someone that was in your life to help take care of you? Were they supportive? Think about the kind of support that you got from people in the past, and did that make you feel good? If so, you want to kind of give that support to other people. That's how you pay it forward, because it'll continue to remind you of the support that you've had in the past and how it made you feel when you pay it forward and you support other people. So I think providing support is just as important as seeking support. But let me talk about a few different ways that you can seek support. First of all, you can search locally. So you can do research online. You can look for local support groups that might be out there, or maybe you start your own. Because when I first started, I do have a separate Facebook group. It's called IVF Journey with Angie Green, I think. And it was just because I didn't want to do like a whole separate page, and I didn't want to post on my profile page all the time. Plus I have a like page too, because I do run an online business, and social media is a huge aspect of that. And so I didn't want to fill the feed with, everything that we were going through with IVF. So I did create a separate Facebook group to, if anyone was interested really just in my journey and I could help them in some way, or they wanted to follow along and offer support, I created a separate group for that. But what I found was the other women joining this group was because they were looking for support. So, there are so many people out there going through this struggle, more than we think. And if you do a little bit of research, you could find local support groups, or you could find different organizations that might be able to offer support. And also, this is a time where you can really start to be selective about who you're spending your time with. Be aware of the people in your life who support you or don't support you. And we talked about that a little bit earlier this week, and really adding positivity to your life and protecting that positive attitude. I know that was so important for me going through the process. It still is. I really need to protect my positive attitude. So the people that I come across with, I'm a fitness instructor, and I virtually do online virtual personal training for people who want to work out at home. So we send them the fitness programs, they do the workouts at home, we send them the meal plans, we send them the meal replacements, and then my husband and I coach them virtually online through FaceTime or phone or email or Facebook message or whatever, and in our virtual gym. And so many times I run into a situation where I see a person at the gym, or I'm working with somebody in my virtual gym, and I come across just, how can I put it? You ever run into those negative Nancys in your life where you're like, hey, how are you today? And they're like, oh, my dog is sick, and my kids are sick, and I lost my job, my car broke down. And those people that I encounter on a daily basis, I have to really protect my positive attitude with. And not that I don't want to help them, but if you have people in your life who are like constantly bringing you down with that negative energy, then go out and look for more positive people, because as I said earlier this week, those people are out there. You can find them, and they are willing to offer support. That's what they love to do. That's what I love to do. So I'm a source of support for you from this point forward, no matter what happens in either of our journeys. And I really want you to know that. The second thing is, the second way that you can seek out support is through groups. So with the power of social media, that's a free way to find people. It's an easy way to find people. And you have the ability to connect with literally thousands of people to find other people that might be going through the same journey as you. And when I found my first Facebook group full of other women who were going through this journey, man, I felt like I was home. I just felt this sense of belonging and understanding that these people had. And if you are new to this, if you're new to this struggle or this journey, man, I gotta tell you, the IVF community is legit. These women, hi Sarah, these women, you're a perfect example, Sarah. I mean, once I found these women who were going through the same struggle and, just continue to have the strength to do it over and over, they welcomed me into their little community and their little family, and we have each other's backs. That's what I feel like. I feel like I've developed this sisterhood with these group of amazing women, some I've never even met, some I've been lucky enough to become friends with, like Sarah, and it really has had a huge impact on the support and just my attitude and my outlook on continuing this process. Had I not found these people, I probably would have just chalked it up to, well, we tried. And but because of these people and this community and getting strength from them, my husband and I made the phone call yesterday. And so we're ready to dive back in. And I don't know if it was this group that's been helpful or the people that I'm talking to, but we have our appointment next week. So we're ready to start over and ready to dive back in. So, and I feel good about it, I'm mentally ready. So groups. So anyways, I digress. Find groups, do searches on Facebook with infertility or IVF or TTC, same thing on Instagram, just use social media. Thanks, Sarah, and now I'm happy too. Use social media to find other people that are going through the same thing. because they need support and you need support. And that's what we're all about, is just, helping each other out. Okay, so the first one was search locally. The second one was find groups on social media. The third one, and this one's the toughest, find support within yourself. And that's hard. But there are times where I have to look at myself in the mirror and take responsibility for my actions and for what I can control, and let go of the things that I can't control. And I have to have like this conversation with myself to say, suck it up, Angie, stop being a victim. Like, you have a choice. You can continue to move forward. You can find a way to save money to go through the process again. You can pull yourself out of this negative funk that you're in. Get out of bed, get up, go work out. That's going to make you feel better, and just try to take a couple of steps today, and so I have that like tough love conversation with myself a lot. And what's funny is, maybe you guys have run into this too, but I always find that it's so much easier for me to support other people and to really help other people, to stay positive for them, to support them. But then when it comes to myself, I don't have the same mindset. So that's one thing that I'm working on. I don't know if that's easier for the rest of you too, because I see that in the community where we're like, oh, I'm thinking of you, and, don't give up hope, and sending you prayers. And I know this is going to happen for you. But then I look at myself, and sometimes I think like, this is never going to happen. Sarah, you're feeling me. So that's something to work on. It's something that I'm definitely working on. I think hopefully it's something that you can work on. And I'm finding through therapy and through reading that a lot of it just has to do with self-love. And sometimes I think when we're going through the struggle, we start to blame ourselves, like, what's wrong with my body, or why can't I do this, or why wasn't it meant to be? And I have to remind myself, I really have to focus on self-love, loving myself and loving the journey and the struggle and every stinking shot and pill that goes along with it. And I do try to truly find the good in this process and look at it as a gift that's brought my husband and I closer together, a gift that has helped me meet so many amazing women and, made so many new friends, and a gift that has just really forced me to kind of take a look at myself and where I want to be and the kind of person I want to be, irregardless of struggle and how I respond to those negative things that happen to us in life. So you've got to find support within yourself. And that sometimes that might take some therapy, and that might take some time, and it's something that we can always continue to work on. So quick recap today. We talked about how to seek support, search locally, look at social media for groups, and really do what you need to do to try to find that support within yourself, to be, the strongest, bravest, most positive, and it's not going to always happen. But I think the more that we can focus on that, the easier it is to move through this struggle. So I hope that helps you guys. That's all I have for today. Later today, I'm going to post something about positive affirmations. I told you that we would do that, and I'm going to do that for sure. Let's take the weekend to kind of figure out what direction we want to go from here. There's a lot of women in this group. There's a lot of interaction. So I need feedback. Did you find that this was helpful? Do you think it would be helpful for other women? Should we keep this as a support group? Do you need fitness and health support or assistance from me? Let me know your feedback on this, because I think it has been helpful for me, and I just need to know, like, was this not helpful? Was it helpful? Just be honest. And do you think other women might benefit from this? If so, maybe I'll run another group again. So, all right, you guys, have a great weekend. Happy St. Patty's Day, and I will talk to you soon.